the African News Update on top accolade news. The headlines: Afriforum and solidarity under fire after White House meeting to lobby against ANC. Egypt to raise public sector minimum wage. Mysterious illness claims over 50 lives in northwestern Congo. UK suspends aid to Rwanda over support for rebel group in DR Congo. In politics, Afriforum and solidarity under fire after White House meeting to lobby against ANC. Leaders of South African lobby groups Afriforum and Solidarity are facing intense criticism after their meeting with members of Donald Trump administration. During the meeting, they urged U.S. officers to take punitive actions against the African National Congress government while advocating for the rights of Afrikaners in South Africa. The controversial meeting has sparked outrage back home, with many accusing the group of seeking foreign intervention in domestic affairs and promoting racial division. Social media and political figures have reacted strongly, calling for the leaders of Afriforum and Solidarity to be charged with treason, further intensifying the debate surrounding their action and the future of South African politics. Shifting focus to economy, Egypt to raise public sector minimum wage. Egypt will increase the minimum wage for public sector workers to 7,000 Egyptian pounds or $138.50 per month starting in July. This wage hike aligns with the private sector's minimum wage established earlier this year. Part of a broader social protection initiative, the increase will be accompanied by a temporary relief package valued at up to $791 million, targeting the country's most vulnerable families. Despite the previous wage increases, Egyptians continue to face soaring inflation, which hits 24% in January, as the country grapples with severe economic crisis and critical shortage of foreign currency. Moving to health, mysterious illness claims over 50 lives in northwestern Congo. A rapidly spreading unknown illness in northwestern Congo has claimed the lives of more than 50 people in the last 5 weeks. The outbreak, which began on January 21st, followed the death of 3 children who ate a bat. Symptoms of the disease, including fever, vomiting, and internal bleeding, have led health experts to initially suspect hemorrhagic fevers like Ebola or Marburg, but tests have ruled these viruses out. Despite efforts to investigate the cause, over 400 cases have been reported, with many dying within 48 hours of showing symptoms. The World Health Organization continues to monitor the situation as concerns over diseases jumping from animals to humans grow in the region. Moving to international relations, UK suspends aid to Rwanda over support for rebel group in DR Congo. The UK has suspended some of its bilateral aid to Rwanda, accusing the country of backing the M23 rebel group in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The UK government says this decision is in response to Rwanda's support for the rebels who have intensified fighting in the region, causing the death of over 7,000 people and displacing hundreds of thousands. UK authorities will halt aid, excluding support for most vulnerable and considering further measures, including sanctions and suspending defense training. Rwanda, which denies backing the M23, has expressed regret over the punitive measures, claiming that they do not aid the crisis in the Democratic Republic of Congo. You are watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. Still in international relations, Ethiopia's Prime Minister to visit Somalia. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed is set to visit Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, on Thursday to meet with the president. This visit comes after a period of tense relations between the two nations, which started in January 2024 when Ethiopia announced plans to lease a coastal area in Somalia's breakaway Somaliland region to build a naval base and port, potentially paving the way for Somaliland's recognition. Somalia condemned the move, accusing Ethiopia of violating its territorial integrity, leading to a diplomatic rift. However, the two countries agreed to resolve the issue in December, focusing on creating commercial agreements that will provide Ethiopia with secure access to the sea. In conflict, United Nations reports worsening crisis in Sudan. The United Nations has warned that the humanitarian crisis in Sudan has escalated dramatically, with famine now a reality in several regions. The conflict between the Sudanese army and the paramilitary rapid support forces has displaced over 12 million people, leaving 24.6 million people facing acute hunger. The situation has led to a collapse in health services, disrupted education, and increased reports of sexual violence. At the largest displacement camp, Zamzam, aid operations have been suspended due to intense fighting, leaving hundreds of thousands without support. The United Nations has called for immediate action to protect civilians and ensure humanitarian law is upheld, while also raising concerns about possible war crimes in areas where controls have shifted. In entertainment, Ghanaian musician Rex Omar appointed presidential staffer for BLACKSTAR Experience. Ghanaian musician and entrepreneur Rex Omar have been appointed by President John Mahama as the presidential staffer for BLACKSTAR Experience, a major initiative to boost Ghana cultural tourism. The role highlights Omar's significant contribution to Ghana's music industry and cultural heritage. The BLACKSTAR Experience aims to make Ghana a top global tourism destination, celebrating a wide range of arts, including music, film, fashion, and culinary arts. It will also focus on supporting young content creators and reviving the Creative Arts Fund. Rex Omar, known for his leadership in the Ghana Music Rights Organization and his extensive career, will also collaborate with the private sector to build a modern recreation village to promote the creative arts. Now in sports, Court of Arbitration for Sport rules against Moroccan club's controversial shirt design. The Court of Arbitration for Sport has upheld an appeal by the Algerian Football Federation, declaring that a Moroccan football club shirt displaying an extended map of Morocco, which includes the disputed territory of Western Sahara, violates international sport regulations. The Confederation of African Football had previously approved the design, but the Court of Arbitration for Sport determined that it conveyed a political message, violating CAF and FIFA's law against political content in sports. This decision follows a series of controversies, including the cancellation of 2 semi-final matches in last season's CAF Confederation. That concludes our African news update for today. Stay tuned for more African news and developments. Thanks for joining us. I am Rumi Okocha. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day.